Hey Fedheads, Surgeon here with another Cigar Federation review. Today we're going to be reviewing the Espinosa Especial, or Special as Logan likes to call it. It's the Robusto size 5x52. As you can see, it's got a really nice bronze footband to protect the cigar, and comes with a really nice bronze and white cigar band. So really looking forward to this one. Specs I have on the cigar is it uses a Mexican Capa Negra wrapper, and then the binder and filler is Nicaraguan Esteli, Jalapa, Condega, and Ometepe. So really looking forward to this. So let's jump right in, take the footband off, and we'll get cracking. So as you can tell, I like to toast before I light. It's kind of a habit I've gotten into over the years. So what I do is I toast first, then do a cut, and then do a light. The way it was explained to me is that way superheated gas doesn't get drawn down into the cigar. I use my V cutter, just kind of my standard now. And the draw is pretty much right where it should be, actually. So that's perfect. Give that a light. Try not to scorch the wrapper like some sort of noob sauce. And the retrohale has a little bit of spice to it, maybe a light plus, some nuttiness. Not getting a ton off the draw yet. Maybe some light hay. So I'm just going to see how that goes first. So the spice is picked up significantly in the first third. There's some pepper as well. So the initial few draws were light plus, and now I would say it's more in the medium plus category. In fact, the pepper is lingering nicely. So if you're not a fan of pepper, this is probably going to blow you away initially, but I'm a huge fan of pepper, so this is pretty good so far. Still some nuttiness on the retrohale, and a little bit of sweetness, but pepper is pretty strong and lingering between the draws. It's got some good bite to it. So we're going to let that settle in the first third, see what other notes develop. And it's in, and there is a really nice woody, creamy note coming through, which is good because it's really balancing out the pepper. And like I said, the pepper is quite strong, still very much lingering at the back of my tongue between draws. So again, if you're not a fan of pepper, this is probably not going to be for you, but I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely medium plus. And getting a vegetal note on the retrohale. I'm trying to put my finger on it, but I would probably describe it as parsley. I mean, it's really tough to pick out because, again, the pepper is just so dominant in the flavor profile. So I'm really kind of having to wade through the pepper to find some of the nuances in it, but really enjoying this so far. The Espinosa Especial is a lot of smoke production. Combustion's really good, burn line's pretty good, putting out a ton of really thick smoke. And again, still sort of chewing through that pepper. Very spicy, very peppery first third. It's about 15 minutes in, and the pepper has sort of died down a little bit. I would say it peaked out at definitely full strength. I mean, it was just spicy, peppery. So now it's kind of died down a little bit to the medium level. A little bit of creaminess coming through on the regular draw. I'm going to do another retro and see if I can keep my nose intact. Yeah, definitely creamier. Not getting a huge blast on the nose. You can see I'm about 3/4 of an inch in. Really, really burning well. You can see the smoke production that's coming off of this. So far, so good. All right, we're about 21 minutes in, and as you can see, the ash is holding really nicely. Burn line's really clean. Again, pepper sort of, I would say, stabilized at about the medium level. Still some really nice creaminess coming through. It's not just blasting out my nasal passages in the retro here, and I don't know if you can tell, but lots of really good smoke production off the cigar. Just a really, really nice balanced retrohale. Really digging the first third. Pairing for the first third, I would think a root beer, Rob's favorite, would probably go really well here. Some rum, maybe a sweeter Scotch whiskey would be really, really tasty. Something like a Glenfarclas, maybe a nice smooth Glenfiddich 15 or 18 would be really, really good. The Espinosa Especial, it's going to come in 10 count boxes. Not quite sure on pricing. I tend not to read a ton of information about a cigar prior to reviewing it. I try to do it as blind as possible, if there is even such a thing. But it is the launch of the new Espinosa cigar line. So be sure to have the pricing on the review when we get it posted. Just approaching the middle third right now, and again, it's very balanced, very nuanced. Started out very, very peppery. Very balanced going into the middle third, so I'm really interested to see how it progresses as we continue to smoke along. Move into the middle third here. The pepper is still receding a little bit down to maybe just a touch under medium. Starting to pick up some creamy cedar notes off the draw. Still sort of a balanced retrohale. I'm probably smoking this a little too fast because I'm starting to get a bit of kick to it. Sitting at about the 42-minute mark now as I get into the middle third. The thing, of course, with a cigar when you're really enjoying it, and especially when you're reviewing it, is you got to keep your pace. And it's tough to do when you're really enjoying a cigar. You just kind of want to puff, puff, puff. But definitely have to slow down on this one, or I suspect I might get bitten a little bit. Getting into the middle third now, as you can see, that ash is, again, holding really well. Nice clean burn line. Unfortunately, I've got a lot of light to work with tonight because it's summertime here in Canada, so I can continue to smoke this until late into the evening. And I'm going to continue to do so and enjoy it very much. I do wish I had a beverage to go with this, but unfortunately it would kill off a lot of the flavors that I'm trying to pick up. Again, I think root beer would be really, really good here. Maybe even a bourbon aged or a bourbon cask aged ale would be super tasty. Just that thick maltiness I think would suit the cigar really well. So I'm going to continue smoking this and take down my notes and keep giving you some updates. Firmly into the middle third here, and the ash is still holding really nice. I'm sure a lot of you out there probably don't think that's a big deal. Up here in Canada, it is very, very difficult sometimes to get a clean burn. This is an IPCPR sample, and I mean, you can see the burn is just freaking flawless. It's razor sharp, holding the ash well. Hopefully this won't drop into my lap while I'm waving this around, but really digging it. The pepper again is receded to sort of a middle strength, medium level, but it's all very, very balanced, and really, really digging this so far. The rest of the point where I took the band off, had a little bit of trouble getting the band off. Glue was sticking to a little bit of it. Ended up pulling the band off the end because I do like to keep the bands and put them in my book. But about halfway into the middle third here, and again, some more evolution, a little bit sweeter. Pepper's kind of done a transition where it's more spices now. So again, still very balanced. The spice is playing off really nice against the sweetness. Do a little bit of a retrohale here, see what else I can get up. It's still got some nice bite to it on the retrohale. With, I think the cedar is more pronounced on the retrohale. I'm not really tasting it in the regular draw as much as I was before. But again, really fantastic. You know, halfway through the middle third, and I'm still very, very much enjoying this. Just past the 1 hour mark, so I'm hitting 1 hour and 5 minutes now. I am almost all the way through the middle third now, and the biggest flavor transition I'd say so far is the sweet cedar, creamy cedar has kind of become a little dry. Post draw, it's still very enjoyable. It's kind of lingering between draws. but it is offset by the sweetness that's still coming through. Still very much enjoying it. Again, can't say enough about the burn. Ash is holding really well, burning really well. Thoroughly enjoying it. Just hit the hour and 22-minute mark, so probably finish up, I would think, around 135, 140. But still enjoying it, and I'm going to smoke it right down to the nub. Finally into the last third here. Had a little bit of an issue with dropping ash on my lap, which kind of comes with the territory. Still a sweet, creamy cedar. The pepper that was so prominent in the first third and in the second third is largely absent, although there's a nice lingering spiciness to it. It is subtle, it is light. I'm going to do a retro here on the last third here. See if there's any other notes I can pick up. Just really, really balanced. Every draw seems to finish with that sweet, creamy cedar, and really, really digging it. So, sitting at the 1 hour and 37-minute mark. Probably finish up in about 5 to 8 minutes here. It's not really getting hot yet in the last third. I would say that my rating so far would be definitely a box split. I'll have to take a look at my notes here, but this is a very clear box split for me, especially coming in a 10-count box. The nice thing about 10-count boxes is you don't have to go really, really deep, but 10-count box is a pretty easy box split or box buy for me. Finishing up the Espinosa Especial. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Really, really enjoying it. Check out the written review when we get it up. Again, I think this is a pretty clear box split. May even be a box buy for me because it's a 10-count box. Absolutely dig the 10-count format. Thanks for checking it out. Hope you check out the rest of our reviews on CigarFederation.com.